What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about OnyxCoin, XCN. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, you guys. It is the 3rd of July. Here we are at about 1.46 cents, 3 days, 23 hours left in the week. We had a very, very bullish week last week, 19.5% to the upside, and that's not even trying, man. We're not even trying there, right? Bears are trying, and when they're trying, they're getting a 17% week. We're not even trying, we get 19%. Right here, we're barely trying at 122% right there. It's very clear who the dominant animal is in this game right now, right? It's not the Bears. It's definitely not the Bears. And we can see that in the daily time frame, too. 22 hours, 34 minutes left in this day. I mean, the larger candles typically are the green ones, right? We have a hard time moving down. It takes so long. It literally takes, let's go right here, ready? It takes all the way up to this high, so what, all the way back over here? Because we didn't get, it was like from this day and onward that we did not see prices above this high up until over here. That took us 57 days. Let's even say, let's actually bring it down to this low. It took us 53 days to find the low, and then it took us 4 days to erase all that time. You know what I mean? Like the bearish effect, and even throughout this dominant downtrend, the bigger candles were still, for the most part, the green candles. That's a pretty big candle there, not gonna lie. But yeah, man, this thing looks very, very bullish. I'm going into such great length to explain why we're bullish, I guess, because I've had a couple people come up with some strange theories as to why they think that that the price is going to go down, you know, and that's okay, you know, that's your own emotional stance, that's your own bias, I guess, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe you'll be right, but I don't think so, man. I really don't think so. And here's a good thing right here, right? From a low, relative low to relative high, we literally tipped the golden ratio. I had one guy, before we get into this, I want to say, bouncing off the golden ratio like this, phenomenal. That's bullish. Moving up to the 382, finding support at the 0.5, phenomenal. That's bullish. We got a daily uptrend in the RSI. Yes, it's the F word. And it's the B word too. It's the FB, baby, but not the Facebook. It's the phenomenal bullish maneuvers that we got going. Look at where we are. It's literally a parallel channel. We broke out of our downward sloping channel here and replaced it with an upward slope. We found support, guys, right where we were thinking. We even found support above where we thought we were going to go. And I had a guy tell me in the comments that he's starting to pick up on my mannerisms, and he's reading me, you guys, and he's saying that I want to believe the price is going up, that I do. But that my physical body language was telling him that I don't actually believe what I'm saying, and that I know deep down inside that the price is going to go down. It's like he's trying to figure me out. But the thing is, man, I don't know how you could do that from a computer screen. You know, maybe, but I think you're looking in places that really the sun don't shine, man. Like that doesn't make sense. I don't know. I responded. I told him, and no hate. I just think I think that you're reaching there, man. Maybe you have an emotional bias to the downside. If you think that if I thought the price was going to go down, you guys, I've wanted, just like you guys, I have wanted to see the price go up for a long time. Maybe not everybody, but most of us want to see the price go up, right? And we were bearish. We had bearish moments throughout this, right? And sometimes we got excited whenever we were pumping, but you know, I remember here on this pump day, I was still bearish, right? Like that, I can be excited about this thing and want it to go up and still be bearish and realistic with the price expectations, right? I've been doing this for 9 years. I started my crypto journey in 2015, right? Like this is not something new to me. I know how to ignore my emotions, and man, I'm telling you, when I trade, I feel emotions too, you guys. Whenever I'm investing in something heavily, I feel emotions too, but I learned to ignore it. And the thing is, you never know, right? With whenever you ignore your emotions in that moment, you never know. Is the sun going to shine? Is it not? You might feel stressed out. You might feel like everything's riding on this, and it's just like it's too much, and the pressure's getting to you, and you want to sell out. But man, every time that I've succumbed to my emotions, whether it's the sell side or the buy side, I've always regretted it. I can't think of one time it's worked out, and maybe it has, but I can't think of one time it worked out. Anytime that I've ignored my emotions, maybe like 2 out of 10 times it doesn't work out, you know. Maybe I'm like ignoring my gut to some point, and that's never a good thing, right? But when you ignore your emotions, generally most of the time it works out. It's pretty damn bulletproof for the most part, right? So no, I don't. If you're looking at my mannerisms or my body language, I don't know, man. I'm feeling it, man. I'm feeling good. You know what I mean? I'm definitely not bearish on this thing. If I was bearish, I'd have no problem telling you guys. But the reality is, again, very bullish bounce, very bullish recovery off the golden ratio, okay? I mean, in a 3 days time from a low to a high, you literally moved up 37%. That's a pretty typical move whenever it comes to OnyxCoin bouncing, okay? Perfect bottom. We found support in the RSI at the same area that we found support before. We had bullish divergence. We took our downtrend, broke out of it, back tested it for support, and we substituted it for an uptrend. We're pointed like we want to go to the overbought zone, you guys. This is anything but bearish. Now, does that mean we have to rip through the roof right now today? No. I mean, maybe it happens. I would love to, make that call right now, but nobody knows. We'll see. It could get there. It definitely could get there, but my feelings wouldn't be hurt if tomorrow we were even lower than we are today, but I don't think that we will be. Looking at this from a low to a high here, I mean, the fact that we skimmed the golden ratio is also bullish. The fact that we found resistance at this 382, see, it doesn't matter what the time frame is. This is still a bullish thing. 382, finding support at the 0.5, that's bullish. Now, we got 29 minutes left in this 1 hour candle. It's too soon to say if we have found support here, but maybe. We wicked down there, we found support. Maybe if we get a good reaction, you guys, if we can get above wherever this bounce was, if we can get back above like 1.5 cents, then yeah, we found our low and we're moving up higher. Phenomenal. If not, okay, cool, whatever. We'll go to the golden ratio here. We found support at the last golden ratio. Maybe we do go just below 1.4 cents to 1.35 cents, but I highly doubt. I'd be very surprised if we went below that, okay? That's not the expectation at the moment. 30 minutes left in this 1 hour candle and we're getting decent volume. We're already at average volume for this 30-minute candle, so or 1 hour candle, so I'm not worried about that at all. Lower lows in the 1 hour RSI, right? And just to show that I'm not using my bias, that this is actually technical analysis here. Low here, lower low there. First off, bouncing off the 40 is good. Lower lows in the RSI with higher lows in the price is also good. It's called hidden bullish divergence. Look it up. Say, what does it mean when the price has higher lows but the indicator has lower lows? What does that mean? It means hidden bullish divergence. It's actually a good thing. Let's explain that. Let's actually explain that real quick. Why is it a good thing? Think about this. It's the relative strength index, the RSI. So relatively speaking, right, this is we're in a stronger position for the bears than we are for the bulls. When you're below the 50, you're showing weakness, right, or strength to the downside, okay? But when you're showing more strength to the downside at a low than you were at another low, right, here you're showing strength to the downside because it's a low. Anytime you have a low, right, you're showing a little bit of strength to the downside, and then it gets eaten up by the bullish strength, right? Here you've got bullish strength, but it gets eaten up to the downside, right? Just a little bit there. Here, even though you're below the 50, it's bearish strength to some degree. It's still bullish because you got higher lows and all that stuff. But just run with the idea. Let's not try to complicate it too much. You're showing more strength to the downside with this low than you saw here, right? More strength, but you're showing a higher low, which is actually a weaker result to the downside. More strength to the downside. It's like you're trying harder, but you're actually making backwards progress as far as like a bearish stance goes. So that's why hidden bullish divergence is positive. That doesn't mean it's actually less significant than regular bullish divergence or bearish divergences. It doesn't create as powerful of moves, but you tend to see that happen in trending moves, right? And I think that's what we're doing here. I think we're trending. I think we're beginning the trend. We got a low, we got a higher low, and so begins the trend. We look at 1 hour, the 1 hour time frame here. Look at this. We filled the gaps. That's all we did. We moved down. We filled the gaps. We're ready to keep going, right? We're going to go to the upside here. Do we have any gaps to the upside? Because, yeah, we got a little gap right there. Coinbase with XCN, it doesn't have the most liquidity. No. I'm just curious to see. Are there gaps all the way back here? All the way back? I don't know how far back people can go if they don't have the premium for TradingView. I know it doesn't. With TradingView Premium, you get all the history, but if it's just the free version, you don't get it. So this might be something that some people can't do on their own, right? I remember what it's like, man. The early days of this channel, before I got monetized, I didn't pay for TradingView. I just did the free version. I had to click out of the ads all the time. I'm cheap, man. I'm really cheap. If I can be. I try to be. Yeah, there's no gaps. Okay, no gaps. 4 hour time frame. Cheap in a bull market, cheap in a bear market, right? That's how it is. That's how it should be. Let's see. Low to high. But generous when it comes to friends and family. You know what I mean? All right, I try to be. I mean, maybe I could be better with that. I don't know. I'm bad at Christmas presents. You know what I mean? Oh, I could get you a Christmas present, or I could keep this money in crypto. 1.46 cents right now. Finding support at the 0.5. It's looking good, man. It's looking pretty damn good. I like the 4 hour RSI too. We do have lower highs here. We're rejecting this. So again, the idea that we could go lower is there, and if we were to go lower, it shouldn't be terrible. It shouldn't be a sad thing, right? We can go a little bit lower down to this golden ratio. Lower lows here, lower highs there. I didn't draw it the best, but you see what I'm going for. And then we will grow. But this is the worst case scenario. In other words, the worst case scenario, my friends, is about a 5 to 7% drop. Nothing crazy. The best case scenario would be that we exceed my targets, which are much higher than a 5 to 7% drop, or 4 to 7, whatever, however much that was, right? My targets are, and our targets, if we're all holding this together, right? 26 to 32 cents. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, though. Careful with that our target stuff. It's your target if you want it to be, but it doesn't have to be. 18x to a 22x, yeah? The best case scenario would be that we break through that, right? Our pessimistic case scenario would be like 15 cents, which is still a 10x from here. So we got a lot of growth to go. Not a lot of time to do it. Probably over the next like 6 to 7 weeks, I would expect that we're there. Time will tell. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I promise you, if there was any part of me that thought the price would go lower, I would tell you, right? But the reality of the matter is, guys, we're not going below this low. Absolutely not. Here's why, again, and I started the video with this, but let's go over it one more time, okay? Low to high. Bounce off the golden ratio. Immaculate bounce. In 1 week's time, you had a weekly close that closed above 1 week's close, 2 weeks close, 3 weeks closes in a row. That was the highest weekly close of like a month, right, that you had right there. Off the low. Positive reaction, okay? You're finding support off the 50 now, probably. And you're going to be moving up higher. That's very, very bullish as well. Weekly RSI is in an uptrend. You've got higher lows the whole cycle, higher highs. I wonder what we're going to do. We're going to go to the overbought zone. We've got higher lows and higher highs. We just broke out of a downtrend in the daily time frame. I wonder what we're going to do. You know, I don't really wonder. I'm being silly whenever I say that. Just like here, right? Should have been a little bit more obvious, but I was super bullish here. Here, you know, I was definitely bullish. I don't know if I was ignoring my emotions or not, or ignoring my gut, but I think I just had the whole market wrong back here. You know, I really did assume that we would see some growth going into January and February. I had the wrong expectations, but whenever we broke out of it here, right, broke out of our downtrend or our uptrend here, that was the real beginning of our downtrend right there. That's whenever we broke out of this like pattern at the top, this little triangle. All this stuff is bullish, man. All this stuff is bullish. Like I mean, what's bearish? If we were to look at it from a bearish perspective, if you had me on bearishness, okay, right here, well, we're finding resistance at prior support. That's fair. We're finding resistance at prior support. Let's see, from a low to a high, whenever you found support, and in an area that wasn't prior resistance, but it was at the golden ratio, an area that you'd expect to find support, you found a 37% move in 1, 2, 3, 4 days. 4 days. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4 days. 1, 2, 3 days. 4 days including that day, so 3 days, okay? Where you found support at a standard area to find support from a low to a high, golden ratio, you found support right there in the land of the rising sun nonetheless, okay? Shout out to the OGs who know what I'm talking about. 30% move in 3 days' time, 4 days if you want to include the day that it found support on, okay? Now you're finding resistance in an area that makes sense to find resistance, right? Based off the fibs, the 382 makes sense that you'd find resistance there, okay? And you've dropped over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's been 8 days and you've only dropped half that. Who's in charge? Who's your daddy? It's certainly not the Bears. That's for damn sure. All right, I'm done. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Bye-bye.